When the curtain rises, Mrs. Slater is seen laying the table. She is a vigorous, plump, red-faced, vulgar woman prepared to do any amount of straight talking to get her own way. She is in black. She goes to the window, opens it and calls into the street.
Victoria, Victoria, do you hear? Come in, will you? I'm amazed at you, Victoria. I really am. Be off now, and change your dress before your Aunt Elizabeth and your Uncle Ben come. It would never do for them to find you in colors with grandfather lying dead, upstairs.
What are they coming for? They haven't been here for ages.
They're coming to talk over poor Grandpa's affairs. Your father sent them a telegram as soon as we found he was dead.
Henry Slater, a stooping, heavy man with a drooping mustache, enters. He is wearing a black tailcoat, gray trousers, a black tie and a bowler hat.
I am wondering if they will come at all. When you and Elizabeth quarreled, she said she'd never set foot in your house again.
She will come fast enough after her share of what our father has left. You know how hard she can be when she likes. Where she gets it from I can't tell.
I suppose it's in the family. Where are my slippers?
In the kitchen, but you want a new pair, those old ones are nearly worn out. You don't seem to realize what it's costing me to bear up like I am doing. My heart's fit to break when I see the little trifles that belong to father lying around, and think he'll never use them again. Here, you'd better wear these slippers of my father's now. It's lucky he had just got a new pair.
They'll be very small for me, my dear.
They will stretch, won't they? I'm not going to have them wasted. Henry, I've been thinking about that bureau of my father's that's in his bedroom. You know I always wanted to have it after he died.
You must arrange with Elizabeth when you're dividing things up.
Elizabeth is that sharp she will see I am after it, and we will drive a hard bargain over it.
Perhaps she has got her eye on the bureau as well.
She has got her eye on the bureau as well. She has never been here since father bought it. If it was only down here instead of in his room, she would never guess it wasn't our own.
Amelia.
Henry, why shouldn't we bring that bureau down here now? We can do it before they come.
I wouldn't care to.
Don't look so daft. Why not?
It doesn't seem delicate, somehow.
We could put that shabby old chest of drawers upstairs where the bureau is now. Elizabeth could have that and welcome. I have always wanted to get rid of it.
Suppose they come when we are doing it.
I will fasten the front door. Get your coat off, Henry. We will change it.
Mrs. Slater goes out to fasten the front door. Henry takes his coat off. Mrs. Slater reappears.
I'll run up and move the chairs out of the way.
Victoria appears, dressed according to her mother's instructions.
What have you got your coat off for, father?
Mother and I are going to bring grandfather's bureau down here.
Are you planning to pinch it?
No, my child. Grandpa gave it to your mother before he died.
This morning?
Yes.
Ah, he was drunk this morning.
Mrs. Slater appears carrying a handsome clock under her arm.
I thought I'd fetch this down as well. Our clock's worth nothing and this always appealed to me.
That's Grandpa's clock.
Be quiet. It's ours now. Come, Henry, lift your end.
Henry and Mrs. Slater, very hot and flushed, stagger in with a pretty old-fashioned bureau containing a locked desk. They put it where the chest of drawers was, and straighten the ornaments, etc. There is a knock at the door. The knocking is repeated. Victoria ushers in Ben and Mrs. Jordan. The latter is a stout, complacent woman with an irritating air of being always right. She is wearing an outfit of new mourning. Ben is also in complete new mourning. He is rather a jolly little man, but at present trying to adapt himself to the regrettable occasion. Mrs. Jordan sails into the room and solemnly goes straight to Mrs. Slater and kisses her. The men shake hands.
Well, Amelia, and so he's gone at last.
Yes, he's gone. He was 72 a fortnight last Sunday.
Now, Amelia, you mustn't give way. We have all got to die some time or other.
And now perhaps you will tell us all about it.
Father had been merry this morning. He went out soon after breakfast to pay his insurance.
My word, it's a good thing he did.
He always was thoughtful in that way. He was too honorable to have gone without paying his premium.
And when I came in I found him undressed sure enough and snug in bed.
And when we had finished dinner I thought I would take up a bit of something on a tray. He was lying there for all the world as if he was asleep, so I put the tray down on the bureau on the chest of drawers, and went to waken him. He was quite cold. Well, will you go up and look at him now, or shall we have tea?
What do you say, Ben?
I'm not particular.
Well, then, if the kettle's ready, we may as well have tea first.
One thing we may as well decide now is the announcement in the papers.
I was thinking of that. What would you put? Well, we'll think about it after tea, and then we'll look through his bits of things and make a list of them. There's all the furniture in his room.
There's no jewelry or valuables of that sort.
Except his gold watch. He promised that to our Jimmy.
Promised your Jimmy? I never heard of that.
Oh, but he did, Amelia, when he was living with us. He was very fond of Jimmy.
Well, I don't know.
Anyhow, there's his insurance money. Have you got the receipt for the premium he paid this morning?
I have not seen it.
Mother, I don't think Grandpa went to pay his insurance this morning.
He went out.
Yes, but he didn't go into the town. He met old Mr. Tattersall down the street, and they went off past street. Philip's church.
Do you think he hasn't paid it? Was it overdue?
I should think it was overdue.
Something tells me he's not paid it.
The drunken old beggar.
He's done it on purpose, just to annoy us.
After all I've done for him, having to put up with him in the house these 3 years. It's nothing short of swindling.
I had to put up with him for 5 years.
And you were trying to turn him over to us all the time.
But we don't know for certain that he's not paid the premium.
Victoria, run upstairs and fetch that bunch of keys that's on your grandpa's dressing table.
In Grandpa's room.
Yes.
I don't like to.
Don't talk so silly. There's no one who can hurt you. We'll see if he's locked the receipt up in the bureau.
In where? In this thing?
Where did you pick that up, Amelia? It's new since last I was here.
Oh, Henry picked it up one day.
Victoria returns, very scared. She closes the door after her.
Mother,
What is it, child?
Grandpa's getting up.
What do you say?
Grandpa's getting up.
The child's crazy.
Don't talk so silly. Don't you know your grandpa's dead?
No, he's getting up. I saw him.
They are transfixed with amazement. Victoria clings to Mrs. Slater.
Hist, listen.
They look at the door. A slight chuckling is heard from upstairs. The door opens, revealing an old man clad in a faded but gay dressing gown. He is in his stocking feet. Although over 70, he is vigorous and well-colored. His bright, malicious eyes twinkle under his heavy, reddish-gray eyebrows. He is obviously either the old man Abel Merriweather or else his ghost.
Continue in B reading.